to True Dreams Fitness channel. Today I'm going to address a topic that's very close to my heart, things that I've learned a little bit the difficult way. Now, today's is going to be me cooking my oatmeal, my version, which is more like a cookie dough consistency, which I think is the best. But what I'm going to first tell you about is how to accurately weigh and measure your oatmeal. This might be frustrating for some, it might be triggering for some to watch this, but hopefully it's enlightening and can just help you to move toward your goal. Because if you're not measuring accurately, then you could be way off from what you think you're doing, and then you get confused. And how do you adjust things when you don't even know that you're doing it inaccurately in the first place? The thing I'm going to talk about today is going to be oatmeal. This has been a learned lesson for me. I buy oatmeal in bulk at natural grocers. It's just rolled oats, organic rolled oats. That is all really that's in the ingredients. Is just rolled oats, organic. Now, I usually dump it out and put it into a container with a measuring cup. And then I forget, or I have forgotten before, of what it actually is measured. Now, measured a half a cup, it has on here, a half a cup measured is actually, I don't know if you can see that, is actually 40 grams weighed. So today's topic is about weighing your food. Weighing your food is way more accurate than measuring it in a measuring spoon or a measuring cup. For one thing, as humans, we always think more looks better. And so if we can get a little extra and still call it the half a cup, we'll do that. It's just our human nature because we really love our oatmeal around here. Now I'm going to demonstrate how this half a cup, which it does say on it, half a cup, measuring cup, actually is inaccurate when you are doing your dry ingredients. Now I've got to grab a bowl real quick, hold on. Okay, now I have my bowl. I'm just using a ceramic bowl because it works best in the microwave. And I have it on my food scale and I have it dialed into grams, and you can see it's at 0. Hopefully you can see that. Now I'm going to show you when I scoop out what appears to be, half a cup. It looks like that would be half a cup of dried oats. And I put it in and it actually comes out to 61 grams. Now remember, the bag says that half a cup, and all of your apps that you use, if you use an app to put in your food, it will always convert half a cup as 40 grams. But you can see how my half a cup here actually weighed 60 grams. Now, some things like water, that might not matter, but if you're doing your carbohydrates and you're trying to get everything dialed in, that's a huge difference. That's like a 50% increase. I'm gonna try to show you what 40 grams would be, because I've done this multiple times, and 40 grams actually is like, it looks like the measuring cup is only about 3/4 full, and this is a half a cup measuring cup. But if I put that in, well, that came out to 43, so I'd have to do it again with a little bit less. Let me show you exactly what I have. So you could see that that's quite a bit under what the measuring cup would be. You can see it looks like it's about 3/4 of the way full on my half cup measuring cup. But when I weigh it, that comes out exactly 40 grams, if you can see that. It's very disturbing when you first learn this because you're eating a lot less oatmeal, so it makes you a little bit sad. But in the end, when your macros are accurately measured and you're getting to your goal, that's all that matters, and you'll be very happy then. Now I'm going to show you how I mix it to make it a cookie dough consistency. So I'm going to adjust my camera. All right, so we have our 40 grams of rolled oats in the ceramic dish. All I put in it at first, I'll put in, and I kind of measured this out. I have water from an Ozarka dispenser that I use, just hot water. You could just get your water hot in the microwave to mix it, or you can just microwave it with cold water, would probably work the same. I just make it just a little bit easier on me. So I put it in, it's about 1/8 of a cup. Like I put it at my 4th cup and went a little bit down, went about halfway down. So I'll take this and stir it so it just really gets it moistened. And I might, yeah, right at 1/8 of a cup is good. So you don't, because I don't like mine soupy. I like the consistency to be thicker, like a cookie dough, quite frankly. So that's what we're going for today, is kind of like a cookie dough version. So I will put my water in there, and then I use stevia. I have stevia drops. Stevia powder might work also, a couple little tiny scoops, but since I'm using liquid, I just use the liquid kind. So I put 2 dropperfuls in there, and then I'm gonna stir it around before I put it in my microwave. So I'm stirring it around, getting it all relatively throughout it. Then I'm going to put it in my microwave, and I microwave it for 20 seconds. And then I'm gonna come back here and show you how I do my peanut butter and my stevia chocolate chips that have no sugar. It's just sweetened with stevia. Now I have it out of the microwave, and I stir it around, and heating it up helps it kind of absorb more of that water and become a little bit thicker. And I don't have a pool of water in here at all. It's just kind of a little bit soggy rolled oats. Now to take the rest of that moisture out, I will add cinnamon, because cinnamon makes it really good. Now I don't normally measure it, I just kind of sprinkle cinnamon till it looks good, but I do know about how much that takes, and it's about a teaspoon. And I don't weigh my cinnamon, I mean you could. I just put my teaspoon of cinnamon in there. Then I stir it around real good, and you can see it's already getting thicker. Probably can't see that yet, but just to give it a mixture of cinnamon throughout the whole thing. So it's more like, I mean, it kind of looks like rolled oats for sure. Okay, now speaking of measuring, peanut butter is another one that you need to weigh, honestly, because as humans, we kind of like to heap our tablespoons of peanut butter because it's so good. And peanut butter has a lot of fat in it, which that could throw off your macros too, in the world of inaccuracy if you're not weighing it properly. Because I'll show you the difference too. I have my little bowl here, and if I just do mine's kind of getting down to the bottom. If I just do a tablespoon and don't like really flatten it out. Show you. I'm making a mess. So I would typically like have mine looking like this, which is quite a bit more than, like if I weighed that would be like double what I'm going for probably. That was 29 grams. Now, things about the peanut butter, you can get freshly ground peanut butter or almond butter, whatever kind of nut butter you want at your health food store, which is great. I have been doing Smucker's Natural because it is one that I found that has absolutely 0 added sugar. That's the thing you gotta look at with peanut butter, because a lot of times they'll try to sneak some sugar in there to make it taste better or to flavor it a little bit. This one has just peanuts and 1% or less of salt. So peanuts and salt are fine in your peanut butter. And I usually get the organic kind, the natural organic kind. So measuring it, it says on here 2 tablespoons is 32 grams. I'm going for 1 tablespoon in this recipe for my macros today. So that would be 16 grams. Now the one I just put in there, which you could see it was heaping, which I would like to think, oh, it's just a tablespoon, I'll just put it in. It was 29 grams. So to do it more accurately, I'll take it out and level it off and see how much because that was, I mean, I heaped it, and that's what I would naturally do if I wasn't paying attention. So taking that off and leveling it out in your spoon, you could probably get close. I would still say weigh it every time, just because our tendency is to heap it up. Now, taking it out of the tablespoon, which you can see is much more evenly done. course, I want to get every morsel out because I want, oh, well, that's, even without this less morsel, that's at the 16 grams. That's what we're going for, 1 tablespoon, 16 grams. I'm going to add that into my oatmeal. I'm gonna put it in there. The other thing I weigh out is the Lily's stevia chocolate chips because more is always better, and I will overdo those also. And now it says on here 14 grams is a serving. 14 grams is about 33 chips. If you want to count 33 chips, more power to you. I think it's just easier to zero out my container and do 14 grams. I've never actually counted them because I'm in too big of a hurry usually. So I'm gonna put that, and that's quite a bit of chocolate chips for my oatmeal. So it's gonna make it really like, almost like a Reese's peanut butter cup oatmeal, which is delightful. Now, my oatmeal is sat out so long doing this video that it's not really as warm anymore. Normally, if it's hot, fresh out of the microwave, you can just stir in your stuff and it melts really great without having to heat it again. But for this, I'm gonna heat it probably about 10 more seconds. Coming out of the microwave, it's gonna be easy to stir and see the peanut butter and the chocolate chips melting. You can't really see right there, but let me get it stirred for you real quick. So you have peanut butter throughout and a little bit of chocolate throughout. You can actually put a dash of salt on top of this. It makes it just a little bit up leveled even there, just to have that little bit of salty with that peanut butter and chocolate. So I will show you kind of the thickness of it. This is the thickness. It's really like a cookie dough, maybe like a no-bake cookie, but it is a little bit warm coming fresh out of the microwave, so that's really, really yummy. Now, I oftentimes will make this and take it to work the next day, so it'll be refrigerated, which sometimes I don't know which is better. The refrigerated cookie dough version is just as good, maybe better sometimes. If I'm eating it, I tell myself it's better. There you go. But you can see the consistency of mine is definitely thick. There's no, I mean, it's mushy, but there's no like, I don't know, soggy grossness. I just don't really like regular oatmeal, you can tell. But I do like it made into this cookie dough experience and is very, so yummy. Chocolate, peanut butter. Like I said, put a little bit of salt on top. Game changer there too. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. There's so many ways to make oatmeal. We've shown you baked and we've shown you this cookie dough version. Today's video was mostly about the importance of measuring, because if you are trying to adjust what you're eating by the results that you're getting, you have to know what you're eating. Bringing that subject up, I will show you kind of like in my app, it has, when I put in my rolled oats, which that's great about Natural Grocers, you can scan it, actually shows up in all the apps. But if I put my rolled oats in as half a cup and I toggle over to switch it to grams, it does come up to 40. Now if I put 60 grams in and I toggle that over to cup, it comes out to 0.74. You can't see that, but so that's 3/4 of a cup instead of a half a cup by just using what you think would be accurate, which is a measuring cup. But something like rolled oats, I think because it just kind of like settles down in the cup is probably why. But I recommend weighing everything in grams because that's going to be your most precise measurement. And you don't want your trainer adjusting you and lowering all your food intake because you're not getting the results that you want when you're really like overeating what you're supposed to eat. Now, that's if you have someone else doing your meal plan. It's even more important when you're doing your own because you have to be accountable to yourself, and it's easier to let ourselves get away with little bites and licks and extra oats and all of that sort of thing if we don't have someone to be accountable with. Highly recommend getting accountability. Now, that is going to be the end of this video. If you guys have any questions, ask them in the comments and I will answer any question. I'm an open book. Thank you guys, and we will see you next time on True Dreams Fitness.